Hello gamers and welcome to episode 1 of Let's Play Battle Brothers. It's a turn-based tactical RPG by German indie developer Overhype Studios. I already did a Let's Try video and now want to start a campaign. I do it as a kind of short play, which means I will do for sure 10 episodes of about 25 to 35 minutes each. And if you enjoy it, I will turn it into a Let's Play, because I think a Let's Play is like a promise to finish the game or the campaign. Now, without further ado, let's start the new campaign. We're going to be the Widowmakers. This is our banner. Random endgame events. The veteran is really challenging already, so we stick to veteran and not go to expert. Iron Man means one save file. Let's start. The last battle. It all went wrong. 2 days ago the company was hired to track down Hoggart the Weasel and his band of raiders. But it was them who found you first. An ambush. Some joke about horses cut short by an arrow to the throat. Arrows shooting in from everywhere and nowhere. Men holler and scream, a great volume before death. As the hail subsides, you draw your weapon with the rest of the men, only to collapse to your knees. An arrow has punctured your side. You shout out in pain. A hurried glance sees the man charge without you to make a valiant last stand, met in force as steel clashes with steel. You meet eyes with the captain, the last nod before his throat is cut. You're left in command now of what few men remain. Trembling in pain, you lean on your sword, and with all the will you can muster slowly rise again. To the end! Yeah. In between the Let's Try video and this video, I've played a little bit and made some terrible mistakes, like moving in zone of control, moving out again, forgetting to get a quiver for a bowyer. So let's see how it goes. It's really tough. I will make mistakes and I won't reload because I can't, and I won't abort this campaign either. So he can shoot. This is basically the action points we've got. When you move, for example, this costs us 2 action points, and when you use your abilities, for example, shooting a bolt costs 2 action points. You use up your action points. Fatigue builds up by moving and using your abilities. That's your morale, head armor, body armor, hit points. It's a bit like in the Banner Saga, that you've got values for armor and hit points. So this is Aina. Aina is going to shoot a bolt at this thug. Hopefully we hit. No, we don't. But we can still reload. Then we've got him. Should he attack? I think he should. But he can't, because I walked too far. That was really stupid. Now we are in the zone of control. We have to stand idly, as he's probably going to kill us. He's wavering, because we are 2 guys now. Let's attack him and deal as much damage as we can. He's only bruised. Maybe I should have done the shield wall. Split him. Yes. Head chopped off. Very good. There's nothing else you can do. You could move, but I won't. No. You have to move forward, because otherwise you hit your own guy. Maybe shield wall. Let's go for the defensive approach. Because he can't really move, because otherwise we get an attack of opportunity. He dealt some damage. Let's reload and shoot. Now we move in with Aina. Shall we... yeah, we just try to hit him, or shall we try to crush his shield? Split his shield. 100% chance to hit, let's do it. Which allows us to attack. 84% chance to hit. We do hit, but I think we only destroyed his armor. We can still enter the shield wall. Oh no! We are very bruised. Reload, shoot at him. Better chance to hit because he has no shield left. And now we've got Wendell chopping his body apart. He's got light wounds, will be healed tomorrow. And here in 3 days. Do we get any loot? Reinforced wooden flail and the dagger. Okay. You're alive, you won. The adrenaline fades and in its wake you can't help but sink back to the ground. Gritting your teeth, you snap the arrow's shaft. Your chest heaves, painful breath, everything blurs. The company has been devastated, cut down to but a few men, and that bastard Hogarth did justice to his name, fleeing like the weasel he is. What now, Captain? A voice says from behind. It's Wendell, the loyal, who sits down beside you, bedding his bloodied axe on his legs. You turn to him to reply. But before you can answer, he continues, Bernard's dead. They slit his throat. He was a good man and a damn good leader. But all it took was one mistake. That makes you the one in charge now, don't it? Einar joins the two of you, still breathing heavily. Then, Leonard. Save the ceremony and anointments for another day. Let's give the men a good burial and return to Herchsiaga to collect our pay. The weasel's men are slain, after all. Besides, Captain, we ought to see to that wound before we lose you too. Wouldn't want to leave Einar in charge, right? Once in a while I take some screenshots, because I also want to write like an after-action report for a German website. So we need to return to Herchsiaga. So this is the world map. As you can see, quite some areas are still in the fog of war. Also you can see the different banners. This is like factions, and you need to, them to like you and stuff. Can increase relationships, get better prices than at marketplaces. It's a bit like in Mount and Blade Warband. That's a nice map. The map is randomly generated, as are your guys. This little hammer, well, this is like the puppet. So what the equipment they've got. This is the loadout, so you can change weapons in combat. Especially helpful for a guy with ranged weapons. It's just a knife, this is your items, your inventory, your stash. Here we can see they are wounded and they are dissatisfied. Great. This is your first line, your second line, and this is the reserve. So you want your guys that are damaged to be healing, so put them in reserve. The hammer indicates that they are repairing, that it's auto-repaired. So you don't have to micromanage it. This is the skills you have with the current weapon loadout. They are companions, all three of them. Which means Leonard is not known to be a big talker, but he has every right to be sacrificing his family's heirloom, an old shield of wood and studded iron. He saved your life. With quick words and whips of his shield, the man's deflected all manner of mortal danger. Although rather quiet, you found Leonard's place in a shield wall to be rather indispensable. Here... oh, he nearly died. Brooding and at times suicidal, it's now surprised that Wendell is frequently found diving into battle with nothing more than a large two-hander. In a fit of bloodthirsty rage, he once impaled 2 goblins on one pike. He'll use any weapon you give him, but Wendell has a proclivity towards those that can make calamitous ruin out of a man's body. And we've got Einar. Einar is one of the more talented marksmen you've encountered in your travels. Learning of the man was easy. You just had to find the winner of a local shooting competition. While he has a fondness for killing from afar, Einar's no slouch in close-quarter combats. Then all of them, this is like the current morale, dissatisfied. And he's got an iron jaw. This character shakes off hits that would cripple a lesser man. And also he's cocky. +5 resolve, but minus in melee defense and range defense, which sucks actually. He's got, that's head armor, well it's broken. Body armor, hit points, action points, fatigue and morale. We've talked about that. Resolve represents the willpower and bravery of characters. The higher, the less likely that characters fall to lower morale states or at negative events. And negative events can be like, seeing an ally being killed. Initiative. The higher the initiative, the sooner you start. So this guy will always be first currently, and this one second, this one third. That's the melee skill, and range skill is obvious, melee and range defense as well. This is the damage you deal, depending on your current loadout, effectiveness against armor, and chance to hit the head. Hitting the head does 50% extra damage. Then you've got the vision, which is like your viewing range, and also it's important for ranged attacks. The little stars indicate that he's particularly prone to improve that. So he, for example, fatigue and health and resolve, so he's like a tank guy. Melee skill and melee defense, very good, also resolve. And he has a death wish, no moral check triggered upon losing hit points, good. And he's loyal. I'm with you, this character is loyal to the end and much less likely to leave you even if you run out of crowns and provisions. Then we've got Einar. He's very good at ranged skill, also range defense and initiative. Pretty cool. He's gluttonous. Tasty, let's have another one. Better bring extra provisions when traveling with this character and expect them to leave fast if you ever run out of provisions. He's tiny. Being very short of height, this character is used to slipping through. He's got plus 5 melee and range defense and minus 15% melee damage. That's pretty good for a ranged guy. Then we've also got perks, which we unlock as we level up, so we get to that later. Let's move to Haze Jager. As you can see, it's already indicated with this coin that we need to go there. You move faster on roads, by the way. There's a trading caravan. Shall we trade? Hello, hello? Only I can't. Return to Haze Jager. What a sorry display it must be for the onlookers as you arrive in Haze Jager. 4 bloodied and beaten mercenaries down on their luck. The man who hired the company days ago, Rollo the Younger, no doubt expected you to return in a more glorious fashion. Still, he welcomes you to his house and offers bread and wine, while a servant fetches a healer. Few words are exchanged except for the occasional grunt and wheeze, as an elderly man with shaky hands tends your wounds. A pin pierces your skin, the first of many stitches to come. You grit your teeth, till you think you hear one break. Rollo the Younger sits beside you and asks if you took care of Hogarth. You shake your head. We killed his man, but the weasel eluded our blades in the end. The healer waves around the glowing fire poke, suggesting he wants to push it into your wound. You nod and he does so. For a moment that's all there is. You're not a man, but a pinch of fire, flesh from flame, a golem of pain. Rollo the Younger hands you a goblet of wine. You did well, sellsword. The brigands have been removed, though it is a shame that Hogarth still lives. We expect to get paid for this. Rollo the Younger gasps. Well, naturally, 400 crowns, as agreed upon. He gestures towards the servant who rushes to your side with the pay in hand. I wonder, may I make use of your services one more time? I'd very much like to end the headache that is Hogarth once and for all. And I would pay you again, of course. Another 400 crowns, shall we say. Wendell the Loyal scoffs and turns to drink more wine, but Leonhard stands to speak. Yes, the company is in ruin, but we will rebuild it. Without the Widowmakers, Wendell the Loyal would drink the crowns away and end up begging on the streets, and Einar, by the gods, we all know he'd go chasing the women folk, until one stove his rotted head in. We need the Widowmakers, it's all we have. What say you, Captain? Wendell the Loyal burps and raises his cup to you. Einar playfully thumbs his nose and nods. Kill that bastard Hogarth or not, it's up to you, Captain. Yes, we have unfinished business with Hogarth. So we are like the captain, but we're not actually one of the guys on the battlefield. Rollo the Younger claps his hand in satisfaction. Excellent! My little birds will need some time to find where Hogarth is hiding his hide now. In the meantime, I suggest you see about stocking up on supplies so that you'll be good and ready to end this when the time comes. I shall see you in a few days, time at the latest. As you leave Rollo the Younger's house and stand on the outskirts of Haze Jager, Leonhard seeks a word with you. We need more men, Captain. I know, I gave a big speech back there, but bravado won't do shite. We need more warm bodies in the ranks. Figure we find 3 good men, buy them some decent weapons and dress them in the best armor we can afford. The man pauses to glance around. I bet this Bodong's town got a desperate peasant or two looking for a new life. Or we could travel to Berkey Hovel in the southeast. Them city folk aren't always as hardy as these country bumpkins, but we are more likely to find men with fighting experience stopping to rest there. That's what we should do. I'd like to have 3 ranged guys, 3 shield wall guys, and 1 kind of damage dealer. Oh, there's a weaponsmith. Bundle of throwing axes, bundle of javelins, pike, which you can attack from the second row, like across one hex. Lots of interesting weapons. But we are still at the very, very, very beginning. Marketplace. They don't even have shields. Oh my goodness, we definitely need to go to the other town. Whom can we hire? Yet another Einar. And we've got Ernst in particular, he's a tailor, and Alvin, he's a miner. That's all sucks. Einar. Civilization is sustained, one prolonged arming of every next generation to better battle and ultimate enemy. Mother Nature herself, with cleverly stitched garb, Einar's atavistic appearance perhaps belies past as a tailor or tanner. Colorful and permanent ritual rites circle about his body. When asked why he wishes to join a band of mercenaries, he hoots and, with a crooked finger, replicates one of his flesh nards across the sky. He's a wild man. They are used to a hard life of the wild where only the strong prevail. They are less used to life in cities where the astute and deceitful rule. He's a tailor and the miner, but health decreased. I like Einar best. Those two I don't like. Let's hire Einar. Let's take a look at Einar. He's athletic, builds up 2 less fatigue for each tile traveled. And he's currently in good spirit, that's about it. He's fighting with the tree limb. He's not particularly good at anything. Melee defense, well, range defense. He's not too cool. We need to go to this other town. That's so much for sure. We might even head to Lonneberg. As Birkehovel's skyline appears on the horizon, Einar seeks a word with you. Never been to Birkehovel before, but I've been around once that look like a lot like it. Cities like these are great for selling goods, as all these prissy, pompous pricks love to have their goods delivered. With so many merchants, you can find almost everything you need too. Keep an eye out for bargains and don't get swindled by them cutthroat merchants. Wendell the Loyal sees fit to add his own opinion of what you should do. If there's a good tavern, I say that's where we should go first. Nothing helps a man down on his luck more than a good pint. Gods know we earned it. Einar shakes his head. You say that every time we stop into town. You say that even when you're already drunk. What we should do though, because we've got 2 Einars, we need to rename him. What's like a barbarian? We call him... Conan. No, his skills are too shitty for Conan. Wildman. Okay, let's pray we've got some decent guys. Houndsmaster, Brawler, a Deserter. That looks good. Ratcatcher, and another Houndsmaster, and Militia guy, but he's super expensive. Okay, this guy is very expensive. Daily wage 15. Some martial training, but usually aren't eager to put it to use. But he's got the bow. Let's get 2 cheap guys. The Ratcatcher, they need to have quick reflexes and to catch their prey. And Roderick, yeah, because he's cheaper on a daily basis than Hagen, the Brawler. And he's a Houndsmaster. Or should we get him? Once bitten by a wild dog, Everald confronted his fear of canines by learning to train them. Employed by lawmen, the houndsmaster used his strong-nosed dogs to hunt down many of criminal elements. Tired of training dogs for his purposes. For this purpose or that, Everald seeks to train himself for, well, this purpose or that. Roderick, seeing a dog stave off a would-be robber, Roderick's fondness for the mutts only grew. The man made a great deal of money on the dog fighting circuits, his mutts renowned for their easily commanded and unleashed ferocity. Approached by a sellsword to buy one of his dogs, Roderick became more interested in the prospect of he himself becoming a mercenary. Well, I like this guy somehow. Let's hire him. Before we hire you, let's take a quick look at our guys. He's got a net, a throwing net, range of 3 tiles. Will root a target in place and reduce the defense if it is destroyed on use. He's the Ratcatcher. Iron Jaw. Well, that's okay. Hit points, good. Melee. That's okay. And we've got Roderick, he's got a net as well. What's with that? His nets. He's got great melee defense. So he definitely goes in the shield wall. And he becomes a damage dealer. And he is kind of nothing. We need a bow guy. So we get Eva Grimald, even though he's expensive. We need some weapons and shields. Okay. Shield. Now let's take a look. Grimald, he's got a short bow. He's always content with being in reserve, that's not too bad. Fat, plus 10 hit points, minus 10 max fatigue, sucks. Tough, plus 10 hit points, 75 hit points, that's quite a lot. Decent skills here as well, I think he's a decent guy. I'd like to have one guy here to do second line attacks from behind the shield wall. So you will be the shield wall. Now, I need to give you the shields first, maybe? I won't use the net. You get that from the rear, you can possibly use it. And you get the reinforced wooden flail, it's better than nothing. He's clumsy. Now you get a secondary weapon. And we need something like a pike. Now this is a pitchfork, 30 to 50 damage. This is militia spear. $25 to $30, $30 to $50. And this one is nice. Why is the militia spear so simple? Wooden spear with a metal tip. Pitchfork deals polearm two-handed. Oh, that's a spear one-handed. Polearm two-handed. Let's get the pitchfork. Okay, that's like here you get the ammunition, here you get the quiver of arrows and the quiver of bolts. Let's get some more ammunition just in case. Well, the price is horrendous, so let's not. Do they sell tools? No, they don't. I wonder, those caps aren't that bad. Let's buy 2. We can't afford the basic male shirt, I think. But it would be nice to have. But if one day passes by, we won't have enough gold to pay our mercenaries. The greedy bastards. Oh, he doesn't have any armor. We need armor for him. For Wildman he needs whatever armor we can get. You get the polearm. What other shops do we have actually? Well, that's a kennel where we can get a dog. Well, we might actually get a dog. Weaponsmith. Nice. Short sword. Linen tunic. Leather tunic. Apron. Let's go for the leather tunic, we can afford it. Also, let's see if we get a dog. Wind the War Dog. A strong and loyal dog bred for war can be unleashed in battle for scouting, tracking or running down routing enemies. Usable in combat. They're quite cheap here as well. I don't know if they're like a one-time use, but let's get one. Let's go to the equipment. You get this. Okay, we need to equip him, maybe? Oh, it's like a special item or what? Unleash Wardog. Unleash your Wardog and send him charging into the enemy. Needs a free tile adjacent. That's pretty cool. And he is Lieberknecht. He's the Ratcatcher. Okay. Let's head back to Haysjager. Return to Rollo the Younger in Haysjager. We have crowns for 3 days. Rollo the Younger is pacing back and forth when you find him. The healer who damn near killed you with a fire poke is standing nearby. He's picking chunks of dried blood out of his fingernails. Rollo the Younger claps his hands. Finally, you're here. I have good news. We got hold of one of Hoggart's former men. My good friend here had a nice little talk with the man, and now I know where Hoggart's licking his wounds. The healer clears his throat, splaying his fingers out like a maiden looking to paint them. He speaks as though he's identifying a disease he's about to excise. The brigand known as Hoggart is hiding in a small hut in the snow to the northeast of here. Based upon my most civil discussion with one of his men, Hoggart knows the Widowmakers is on his heels and will have gathered more men since the last time you met him. Nodding, Rollo the Younger waves you off. Good luck, sellsword. We'll return with his head. Okay. Quite far away. Let's walk. Problem is, we've still got one injured guy, Leonhard, with not much health. I think we actually might have to put him into reserve. Let's wait till we reach day 2. Oh, what's that? Crypt of Ogmar, a long-forgotten crypt haunted by the ghosts of the past. We won't enter. Let's take a quick look at our man. 24 health. Let's camp. Well, let's just remove him from the fighting line. fight like this. It should work. Now this is a better armor. So you get that. $25 to $40, 25 to 30. Yeah, you don't. You keep your club. Okay, that's it for this episode. Thanks a lot for watching, and I hope you join me again for the next episode. Let's play Battle Brothers when we try to kick Hogarth's butt. Thanks a lot for watching. Until then, bye for now.